Oh my. This entire part that I've sped up here of this clip is nothing but a complete comedy of errors. This humbled me so bad tonight. I thought, I know what I'm doing with fabrication. I mean, I do. But this just really shut me down with all the compound angles and stuff. Oh, wow, it'll fit like that. And I'll cut some angles on the end of this and everything will line up and it'll be beautiful. Okay, yeah, sure. That's all right. Draw a line here, draw a line there. Everything will be copacetic. Yeah, not really. I guess sometimes things just don't work out the way you expect them to. Sometimes you have to regroup and rethink and get out the grinder. That's what I had to do here. So this is the latest part of the fire pit build, and things were going so badly here. I thought, you know what? I'm not even gonna make this video. But then I thought to myself, you know what? Things don't always go well in a project, and figuring out a way around that is part of welding, either as a hobby or as a job. I mean, when you do this, like I said, whether for fun or for work, sure, somebody may draw up the plans, but that somebody's probably wearing a pair of khakis and a button-down shirt and has never gotten their hands dirty. It's up to you, the guy under the hood, to figure out how everything should work out. You have to know what makes a sound weld and what doesn't. And then you've got to put it into your hands as the trained welder and make things work out right. So you have to adapt, improvise, and overcome, just like a Marine. So after getting the upright pieces tacked onto the fire pit, now it's time to weld them all out. I'm using ER70S2 filler wire because this is just mild steel from Lowe's. I've moved the tungsten back to a more normal stick out of just over 1/4 of an inch, and I found that I was able to turn the gas down greatly. If you watch the last video where we try out this Pyrex torch and gas saver attachment, I'm kind of ranting on about how it's not really doing anything. Well, I changed 2 things. And when you're testing or troubleshooting something, that's the cardinal rule, and I broke it. You change one thing at a time. You look at the effects, and you base your decision on that. I changed the stick out and the gas flow. And then I was disappointed in the performance. But stick out at normal, I found out I can turn the gas flow down to about 8 CFH. With a 1/2 inch stick out, I need to turn it up to almost 20 to get good coverage. But the coverage is awesome. I mean, the coverage is like a 1/2 inch on either side of the bead. So last night I said I was undecided and unsure about whether the Pyrex Cup gas saver gas lens CK kit here was a keeper or not. Oh, absolutely. You can get it from CK for about $30, or the world's largest online mail order house is where I bought it, and I think I paid $26 or $27. I mean, it's a $2 or $3 difference. It's nothing to shake a stick at. Anyway, welding out these uprights is going really well. I started out doing the dab, but I realized I'm going to be grinding all this here, and it's going to get painted in high temperature grill paint, because this is a fire pit after all. So this is all going to get ground smooth and painted. So I just went to a lay wire technique, but everything worked out really well. I was having some trouble finding places to prop. You'll notice I've got my TIG finger copyright mark on that. When I first started watching that particular YouTube channel that specializes in this trademark product, I thought, well, that's interesting, but never used that in school. But I bought one, and you realize in school you're sitting there at a bench and everything is perfect. IRL, as my son says, you gotta weld them as they stand, buddy. Or sometimes hang, or sometimes you're hanging or crawled underneath of. And so the TIG finger, copyright mark, comes out to be actually quite useful. And I think I know what it's made from, but I'm not saying anything. So we're just welding out these final parts here. And after 2.5 hours of fail tonight, this is pretty much as far as I got. I know you are all out there laughing and snickering and going, those angles aren't the same. Yeah, I know. Dead blow hammer's going to fix that tomorrow. Dead blow hammer grinder, make anyone look good. Now, I'm not saying to be shoddy. I'm saying to always produce the best quality welds that you can, even if it's not structural. You don't want somebody to look at your welds and say, that looks like crap. Or as my instructor said when I was first learning overhead, that looks like oatmeal. I never want my welds to be called oatmeal again. So if I'm unhappy with it, I'm just going to assume that the customer, boss, teacher, significant other is going to be unhappy with the way it looks too. I think if you take that work ethic, that attitude, that you're going to improve simply because you want to impress yourself. For instance, in this semester of welding school, I strived. It's not welding school, it's community college. It's a welding program in community college. I strive for straight A's. Not because I need them, not because I'm going to impress anyone, simply because I believed that I could do it. Well, I took the finals yesterday. I'll find out the answer tomorrow. I think I'm going to end up with 1A and 2 B's. Which is still quite respectable. I know you guys don't want to hear all this crap. You just want to see the weld. So, weld, weld, weld. Here we go. I'll shut up now. But I'd like it if you guys gave me a like, a comment, subscribe. And we're going to be getting a new TIG machine here very soon. It is a high quality machine produced by a high quality company. And we're going to ring it out and we're going to show you what it can do. And in January, I know I didn't shut up. I have a hard time with that. In January, we are going to use it to weld a lot of aluminum. I'm not going to tell you what it's for yet. It'll be a surprise. Maybe you'll tune in again. But I'll give you a hint. And it kind of goes along with getting your first welding certificate. In 2004, I got my private pilot's license. And the late Denny Walford, the flight examiner who signed off on me after failing me the first time, when he handed me my ticket, he said, "This is a license to learn. So you're going to have to treat your first, second, third, every welding certificate you get as an opportunity to learn more as a welder and apply that in every job, every project, every repair that you do." As we're all gearing up for the holiday season, I hope everybody's having a great time, and I wish you happy holidays. And I'll see you again for the next video. Peace out.